Okay, so we are starting out in the depths of the Murkmire Bog. Previously on this episode of Lytherian Tales, no. But after a pretty brutal shipwreck and storm, you guys managed to find your way to shore. And just as you were trying to bed down for the night, you heard some screaming, and when you went to investigate, you found that a couple of the crew members had survived, and that one of them had been taken away to to some sort of underground burrow, and which is where we find the party now, is in this underground burrow. You're all cold, damp, exhausted. Rel, you are probably the most uncomfortable of everyone because you've got mud and grime chafing your skin underneath your leathers. It's not a pleasant feeling. Ignatius, you've been through a lot in the past 24 hours, and this is very much out of your wheelhouse. You are kind of in a position that you never thought you'd be in.
My books are ruined.
A little bit. A little damp. Nero, some things have happened in the last 24 hours that have been a little triggering for you. Out of all three, you're probably the most used to adverse situations like this, but even still, the exhaustion is starting to weigh on you. And so we will start in the swampy, grimy muck of the base of this place.
So we had killed 3 alligators.
Yep. And you're all sort of just chilling here at the moment.
Oh, that's right. We got Ollie with us too.
Oh.
Yeah. Ollie, give me back my crossbow.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't think I hit anything.
Well, you hit the wall, but that's good enough. Just give it back.
Here you go. Oh God, do you think she's alive still? Holy shit.
Well, only one way to find out. And
he multiplied.
Okay.
And I'll keep prowling forward.
I just saw the name of this friggin' document, and it says Deck Cavio.
Yep.
I'll just let my dogs out. Go outside, you fruits. Go.
Okay. I figure out how to... There we go. Oh. It's much more complicated than I initially expected. Deselect. There we go. All right. So just let me know when you guys would like to stop moving, I guess.
I can't see, so I trust you guys.
God, this is very tedious. I'm sorry.
You're good. Scoot it up. Make some more black. Scoot it up. Make some more black.
I think I have a better plan. Hold on. Why is it still all selected? None. God damn it. The Slayer is killing me.
The crocodile lair.
All right.
Okay, so Nero said he'd go first with an 18 perception.
Okay. All right. I think that should work. All right. Going forward with an 18 perception.
I think I'll be second.
I'll be in the back with
Crossbow.
Ollie. Just
Ollie, Oxenfree.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you know what? You and Brass made it this far. I mean, what are a couple crocodiles, you know?
And you
After
were white.
Burning one alive. Just like, yeah.
Okay.
It's great.
There we go. All right. I think I figured out how to do this now. Okay. So y'all moving up. Y'all moving up. There we go. We did it. We did it, fam.
Such a limited range of perception.
Well, technically it's dark. Okay,
True.
so where you are now, it does start to fork. There's a fork.
We were following that big crocodile trail, though.
Okay. So the big crocodile trail is going this way. Are you guys moving stealthily? Are you guys just like walking it?
I think they heard us, didn't they?
Well,
Who knows?
they're crocodiles, so.
True. I'm gonna cast mage armor on myself, by the way.
Okie dokie.
Like, I'm gonna die.
Almost like you think there's combat coming or something.
Yeah.
That's just a little weird, you know? It's just a nice cave.
So he's gonna twiddle his hands for a second, and you're just gonna see this purple spectral armor, and then around it, you'll just see these blue runes that are just spinning around him, just omnipresent that are there.
Ooh.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I know where you guys are, but I'm moving you down here because I forgot that moves all my layers. And then this one. And we're just gonna delete it. Because I'm done. I'm done moving it around. Fuck that shit.
Oh, have the DMs fall.
Yup.
Damn you, MS Paint.
God damn it. These things don't want to move. So
Just erase.
yeah. New layer. Maybe we can control C. And then maybe we can wait. Control C. And then control V. And then I did it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Well, there's two of them.
Oh my god. No, what do I do now? Ugh. No, Lair, stop it. Can I not paste you onto something? What are you doing? A new layer. There we go. Okay. Technical difficulties.
You're good.
All right. So, this is the map, and this is you guys, and this is me moving stuff wrong again. There we go. Okay. So if you're all coming in here, I'll rotate you so that you're proper sort of marching order. Boop. There. So as you enter this this big room with an 18 perception Nero at the front, you would notice that there are two creatures in here. The biggest and arguably the one that would probably catch your notice at first the most is a very, very large crocodile. It is much, much larger than the other creatures that you've killed so far, and it is lying docilely in the corner. It looks at you. It's acknowledged your presence, but it's not really doing a whole lot. It's just sort of lying there, sort of staring, almost like it's waiting for something. The other creature in the cave that you'll notice right off looks a little bit like a kobold, but is definitely not like any kind of kobold that you've ever seen before. It's a lot taller. It's about twice as tall as a normal kobold would be. It's got almost like this beard of like coarse fur or hair coming off of its chin and across the top of its head and all the way down its back and tail, which also ends in like this large tuft of fur. It is black scaled, and it is sitting on something, like a rock or an outcropping, and it is staring and grinning. And as you guys sort of walk in and take a look around, the creature sort of tilts its head to you and says, "My dinner doesn't normally walk to me. How interesting." And he's still just sort of sitting there. He's not attacking or anything. He's just talking to y'all.
In common?
Yes, in common.
Ooh.
Well, yeah, the crocodiles you sent our way is going to be a delicious meal.
I'm going to look around the room, see if I can find Brass at all.
Roll me a perception.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. All right. 16 plus 1, 17.
Ooh. You actually do see in the corner a figure. It's not moving. It doesn't seem to be moving at all. It's covered in mud and dirt and blood. But you're pretty sure that you recognize the like coat, even as muddy as it is, that is Captain Brass.
Does she look like she's breathing?
It's hard to tell from this distance.
Crap. I'm just gonna silently just like, I can't see anything. Just squirm in place.
Okay.
And I will slowly move behind Rel.
Okay.
There's a big crocodile.
Oh yeah, I got you two mixed up, didn't I? Colors.
Yeah, I'm white.
Yeah.
Colors. We know
White
Alex.
privilege.
I have so much of it.
And doop. There you go. Okay. Anybody else like to do anything?
Nero says, "We came to get back a companion of ours."
Companion. And it'll look to sort of the crocodile, and then it'll look back to you guys and be like, "Oh, are you talking about my meal?"
Well, if that's what you call a meal.
I do. Her flesh tastes so sweet.
You're creepy, mister.
And also,
That's very rude. You don't even know me.
True, and you don't even know us. Why are you eating our friends?
I'm very hungry. And he pats his belly, which you can see he's got a really big belly for a fucking kobold. He's fat.
You could have just asked. We probably had food. Actually, now I think about it, we don't have food. Yeah, we were just in a shipwreck.
I
Could have
mean,
ate a crocodile.
Oh, you mean my pet? Well, it knows that if it doesn't bring me back enough food, it is next on the menu. Isn't that right, sweetheart? And it'll turn to it, and you can actually see the Croc sort of like visibly flinch a little.
Aww.
It just sort of like growls and goes, and just sort of like sinking into the mud a little bit.
I'm just gonna whisper to Rel, what do we do?
Well. Yep. I'm gonna agree with Nero. And I'm gonna load my crossbow and shoot the fucking kobold.
Oh no.
All right, roll initiative.
That's the order. You guys didn't even want to go outside. You just want me to pet you. Silly puppies. Silly puppies. Silly puppies. Ow. That's my hand. Ow, that's my hand.
Aww.
Look at you, vicious little dog.
All right, so Rel, you come up first in the initiative order. Roll your attack.
Oh,
Oh wait,
hell
we got
yeah.
Ollie too.
Alright, stop.
Oh yeah, Ollie. Let's forget about Ollie.
Oh, I got plans for Ollie.
All right. Ollie is 12. Ollie goes before you, Iggy. I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, the plan is just gonna come in a turn later. Is all.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the first attack of the night. That's good.
Yeah.
It's only a crit.
Okay.
So how do you handle crits? Ow.
Double the dice.
Okay, so that's a D8 for a light crossbow. So 16 plus 4 is 20.
Okay, so you rolled the max on the dice?
Oh no, so you meant double rolls. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, not
I
double
rolled like
max.
shit. I rolled like shit, so 7.
All right.
I got 1 and a 2.
Sorry.
Ooh. But sneak attack.
I don't know if I have advantage or not.
Oh.
You don't. He's kind of expecting you to attack him.
You're right. I don't know rogues. I'm sorry. Oh, I'll go back in my corner.
Yeah.
So
Alright. And do you want to move or do anything like that?
So I'm assuming I'm facing him, so I'm going to move 20 feet to the left.
To the left. So like down here?
No, that would be to my right. So up.
Oh, see, I turned my face. That's why I thought. Okay, I turned the wrong way. That's all. All right, gotcha. So, 20,
Unless I can shoot
right.
like bad Fallout physics, turn around, shoot through myself.
Yeah, you totally can.
Hell yeah, a little Fallout glitches.
Okay. All right. Anything else with your turn?
Nope.
Okay. All right. Then it is the Croc's turn, I believe. So this Croc doesn't have that much movement speed as far as I know. 30 feet. Okay.
Curse you, D8s. So I'm gonna grab the other D8s.
So it is going to use its full movement to get right up in Nero's face. Da, 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 da. Oop. All right. And that'll be its turn. Kobold is going to stay where it is right now and just observe, I think. Yeah. All right.
You know I shot him? Okay.
Yep.
What a jerk.
You don't want him to join this fight. I'm just going to warn you right now.
Okay.
It's Juby.
Like, I described it as not a normal kobold for a reason. All right. So that would bring us to Nero. What would you like to do? You got a giant crocodile in your face right now.
Guess we'll start with the purse first. And, I rolled a natural 20 as well.
All right.
God.
Sorry. My
Okay.
die can either or. So he's going to take 1 and 8. So 9, 15 slashing damage from my longsword.
Ooh.
All right.
And yeah, that is basically all I can do at level 1. But I am in melee with him, so I cannot place myself anywhere closer to Iggy. So I'm good. I don't need a bonus action right now. I'm good. I'm done.
Okay. So that brings us to
Oh.
Ollie. Oh, sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry. I just saw something. I would like to try that if you don't mind. I saw that that's a bonus action.
Yeah.
Compelled duel is when I force it to attack me, basically, right? That's
Right.
what I would like to do, and I just need to look up.
Now, just so you know, because I just came into contact with compelled duel yesterday. If another creature attacks, or like if any of your friends attack the creature that you've compelled to duel, it cancels out the compelled duel. If you attack any creature other than this creature, it fails the compelled duel, that kind of thing. So just keep that in mind.
Oh yeah, okay. No, that doesn't. Well, that doesn't help. I'll hold off on that. My bad.
It's okay.
Thank you.
No problem. Like I said, somebody tried to use it the other day, and it said the spell, and I was like, "Oh, guys, stop attacking something else if you're compelling duel." So, yeah. Okay. All right. So is that everything then?
Yep. I'm not gonna move.
All right. Ollie doesn't have much to fight with. I'm gonna roll to see if he sees Brass.
Oh God.
Okay, he doesn't see Brass. He just heard him talking about her and shit. So he's still pretty scared. He's actually gonna grab a hunk of mud and throw it at this Croc, because I can't think of anything else he would do without a weapon. So, and he definitely wants the blood off of this Croc. So let's see if he can do something. He throws a pile of mud, he grabs some and tries to get a rock or something in it, and he throws, and it goes about 5 feet and drops to the ground. He's just back there damn it. But he will move forward a little bit. Not super far forward, but he'll move forward a little bit.
You know what? Ollie's fucking trying, okay?
So he'll move right up next to Iggy. He feels safe with you.
Is that okay?
All right, that brings us to Iggy.
All right, I'm gonna turn to Ollie. I'm just gonna put my hand on his shoulder. Okay, Ollie, I'm gonna trust you for something. Okay?
I don't know if you should do that, but okay.
Just burp on him and try not to burp on Nero. And I cast Dragon's Breath on him.
Nice. All right. And what type of dragon's breath does he have?
Let's give him. He's a sailor, right?
Yeah.
Let's give him lightning breath. Why not?
Ooh, lightning. All right, perfect.
And then my action, I'll just firebolt
All right.
the crocodile.
All right.
Ooh. Unless his AC is 11, I doubt that hits.
No, unfortunately, that misses. It goes a little wide over its head.
And I'll back up like 5 feet.
All right. Just leave it going now.
Good
I
luck!
trust you. All right.
Well,
Rel, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna attack the crocodilian.
Okay. Attack the crocodilian.
Well, not 20, but it is still 19 naturally. So
Okay.
I'm gonna actually roll decent. So that's 11. Oh well, 11 piercing, and then my sneak attack damage. Because Nero is beside him. Holy shit. I rolled almost max on my sneak attack, so that's 22 piercing.
22. So 11 plus 22?
No, I got 22 total. So I got 11 for the D8 with my dex, and then I
Okay.
rolled 11 on my 2D6.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna reload my crossbow with my item interaction, and I'm gonna see just how mad this crocodilian is towards me.
Okay.
Because I don't want to be standing near this thing if it's mad at me.
It looks pissed, but it's also got like a meal right in front of it.
Okay. I imagine I can't see very far since I don't think anyone's holding a torch or anything.
I think Nero has light cast on his shield.
Okay, so I will just kind of follow the... I will actually move along the cave wall along the north side.
Okay.
Just to kind of keep it looking... Just kind of trying to distract it. You know, keep them looking multiple ways.
So like
rather
up
than just
here?
one way. Yeah.
All right.
That's my turn.
All right, then Croco. And it is going to make its attacks. Ooh, 26 to hit you with its bite, Nero.
Oh.
Sorry.
Just use shield. It's fine.
Armor stack.
Fuck. Okay.
Stop killing our healer / tank.
I'm not a
So-
healer. I'm not a healer.
And
Again.
stop killing our
I'm
tank.
not a healer.
Oh man, that's really bad.
Give me a number.
20 piercing damage.
Ha!
I'm still up.
And you're currently grappled by this thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it is gonna then, let's see. So it will move up to Rel with you.
Okay.
Because it should be able to do that because you're grappled, so it's just sort of hanging on to you and trying to move.
Well, why is it not biting me again?
It doesn't have 2 bite attacks, but it does have a tail attack with a 10-foot reach.
When it's grappling me, what is it grappling me with then? With its arms?
With its
Yeah.
teeth.
Oh, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. So I wouldn't attack you with the tail because
Don't
I
give me
feel
the
like
fucking slow clap. Don't give
it'd
me
be
the slow
really
clap.
difficult for it to hit you with the tail while it's
Get
in
out.
I'm just picturing a giant crocodile just grabbing something with its two hands and then just walking.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
You're coming with me.
I'm sorry. I imagined they grapple with their tails. Sorry.
Oh.
All good. Still morning.
Ouch, man.
All right. Tail is so 27 to hit.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, that hits.
You guys are rolling nat 20s. I rolled an 18 and a 19. So
Okay.
this one
Yeah.
hurts a lot less, though. I promise. Hopefully.
I rolled a 1 and a 2 on that crit, though.
That sucked. So the 13 bludgeoning damage. And I need you to make a strength saving throw.
Ow. I don't have that as a saving throw, so that's just 17.
17 is good enough. So you manage to stay on your feet despite this colossal tail just coming and slamming into you. And that is the giant crocodile's turn. The kobold in the back, you see he's rubbing his hands together sort of gleefully. He's like, yes, yes. Oh, bring me more food. You can do it, you stupid lizard. Kill them. And he will stay where he is for now.
For now.
Yeah. He's just watching to sort of see how it all plays out at the moment. All right, and so that brings us to Nero.
I guess it's like a strength roll or something to break free from the grapple.
Yeah, you can use athletics or acrobatics, I believe.
Is that my action?
Yes, it would be your action. You can still attack it in its mouth. Like it can't bite anybody else while you're in its mouth. But
oh, that's neat. Then I'm just gonna stay here.
But you have disadvantage on attacks to attack it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does. Sure. So I'll attack with disadvantage. So I have a 16 and a 17 on the die.
Okay,
Whoa.
that will hit.
So 23 to hit.
Yep.
Jesus. At least the attack rolls are good for us.
9
Yeah.
slashing.
Nice.
And I'm gonna second wind inside its mouth.
It's just sort of like Zen, calmly collecting your blood, like come back.
Beautiful beach.
And I'm hoping that I recover 9 HP. I'm hoping that it will be more attracted to at least like chew on me, other than attacking someone else.
Nice.
That's
All
it.
right.
I'm not gonna move.
Okay. All right. So that brings us to Ollie's.
Burp on him, but don't get Nero.
Okay. Do you actually yell that? 'Cause
Yes. No, I told him. I'm like, burp on him, but don't hit Nero.
Okay. This thing is big enough that I'll allow that.
Yeah.
If they were both small creatures or whatever, like medium creatures, then I would probably say Nero would get hit either way. But because this thing is massive, I'm gonna say he can burp on it. So it's a dex saving throw for the croc, right?
Yes.
Isn't it swallowing me whole then if it's like so big?
No, it's got you in between its teeth and it's just sort of dangling you.
Oh shit.
So it rolled 14. Is that enough to beat your
It's
DC?
right on the AC.
Okay.
Still takes half damage.
All right. And do you roll that? Or, oh, well, I guess if it's Ollie, it's 3d8?
3d6.
3d6. Man, I rolled terribly for that. Oh, that's
Dang it, Ollie.
fucking Ollie. It's Gucci. It's Ollie. Okay, so 6.
He's trying to let out a burp, but he accidentally sobs.
Yeah.
Parts.
So you see this little spark of energy. It looks almost like somebody's like rubbed their feet on a carpet and then like tried to like burp on somebody, and that's what kind of came out with like this little, and it does 3 damage to this little croc. And the croc just sort of twitches its head, but it doesn't look away from Relmora.
Come on, Ollie! Don't fear the creature!
I fear it a lot.
Come on, just dig deep into your bowels!
All that's in there is shit!
Whoops.
Alright. So Iggy, it's now your turn.
Oh, my turn. I don't have much. I'm running out of spells. Yeah, I'll just firebolt him.
Alright.
Let's see if I hit this time. There we go. 21.
Alrighty. Roll your shit up.
But I still roll crap. 2.
Alright, well, that's 2 damage you didn't have on it before. Perfect. So it is still looking at Rel because these guys aren't doing that much.
Sorry.
Iggy, did you want to move or are you staying where you are?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So that brings us to Rel.
If I try to move back towards the entrance, I won't provoke it.
Now that I don't know, because it's got to reach a 10 feet on its tail. Can it make a tail attack on you if you move away?
I don't think so. I think it's only meant for adjacent.
Okay, because it does have reach on its tail. That's fine.
Oh, then yeah, I think it can. So
Okay.
I'm going to disengage as a bonus action.
All right.
I'm gonna move back towards the entrance. I want to try to get away from this thing.
How far back do you want to go?
Well, I can only move 20 feet, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So right around here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, baby. Don't let me down. All right. That's good. So that's 23.
23 hits.
For a total of 15 piercing.
All right.
That's yeah. So 15.
All right. This croc is starting to get bloody and beaten. And it is not happy. But it is going to... It's going to move back up towards you. Because Ollie is definitely not threatening it.
Shut up. Wait,
Sorry, Ollie.
Ollie gets an attack of opportunity with mud.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm giving him like an unarmed strike attack. I'm
Punch
just
it.
not sure how much it's
No,
gonna do.
shove him over. Give him a shove attempt. 1 in a million.
I
Knock it
don't.
prone.
Oscar could do it.
I think he's a huge creature. I don't know if you can shove it. Can you?
Is he huge?
Pretty
Or is he
sure.
large?
He's huge.
Let me double
That's what she
check.
said.
If he's huge, then no, it's an automatic. Well,
And Ollie is small.
well, he can
Is
make.
he small? Is he a
He can
halfling?
make the,
Yeah.
yeah, he's a halfling. He can make a shove attempt at disadvantage versus its advantaged check, and he can still succeed. It's just really unlikely. It's just that if he was doing a grapple attempt, for example,
Yeah.
he can't do the grapple check. But if he were a size larger, he could. But if he fails that check, or sorry, even if he succeeds, the huge creature automatically breaks out.
Man, maybe I should try to grapple the croc inside its mouth.
Grapple the grappler.
grapple its tongue.
Well, don't forget you're all exhausted, so you have disadvantage on ability checks too.
Yeah,
So,
right.
Ugh.
I mean,
Is Ollie exhausted?
might as well just do it. It's already at disadvantage. Shove him, Molly.
No, Ollie. Throw something. Do some damage. Don't be stupid.
All right, let's.
Deal 1 damage.
Yeah.
He actually managed it. He
Yes!
actually managed to just barely hit this Croc's AC
Nice.
for that 1 damage.
Yes,
Yep,
Ollie.
we need it.
He just sort of punches it on the snoot as it walks by.
Good punch, Ollie!
I did it! He's still alive though. It's
Keep
real
burping! Keep burping!
bad. All right. So it's gonna try make its attack with its tail. Oh, it only rolled a 2 on the die. So this tail like goes, you just duck right under it and it goes wide. It's hurting, so you can tell that it's sort of struggling. It's sort of waving Nero in its mouth, but so yeah. That's its turn. The little kobold, seeing how things are going, is like, "You stupid beast. Are you really gonna let them go?" And he is gonna start moving.
Uh-oh.
So he is gonna move right up to here. That's all he's gonna do right now, though. So that's as far as he can get without dashing, and I don't see him dashing. He's just sort of strolling.
He's too fat to dash.
Pretty much.
He doesn't have 18 decks.
He's a fat motherfucker. All right. All right. So now it's your turn.
So, like, I'm assuming only, like, my head and an arm pokes out or something out of its mouth. So, Nero's gonna cast Sanctuary on Rel, like, pointing at her and, like, stop! Like, can you not focus on the meal you're already carrying around? And, you're kind of, sort of, like, the spectral light is engulfing her. And he is going to attack again with disadvantage inside his mouth. Its mouth.
All right.
Well, there goes our only light source.
Why? Sanctuaries. Why?
Sanctuary's not a concentration.
It's not.
Yeah, this.
No, it
Light
is.
isn't.
No, it's not.
What?
Sanctuary is not concentration.
Shield of Faith is. Sanctuary is not.
Yep.
Bonus action.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Oh, good.
That's 12 slashing damage.
All right.
As he's like piercing like its fucking jaw from the inside, I'm imagining. And its tongue. Some teeth fall out.
Yep. Not a happy crocodile.
God, you gotta see a dentist, buddy.
It just breathes on you and it smells like rotten death.
Do I have to roll a con save for this too?
I don't know. How much rotten death have you smelled?
Rotten, not so much, but death quite a bit.
You can roll it at advantage.
So it's a straight roll because no, that's a save. So
Yep.
the exhaustion doesn't affect this.
Yeah.
So that would be a 24.
Yeah, you're cool with it. You're like, I've smelled worse.
Alrighty. That's my turn.
All right.
Not gonna move.
All right, Ollie, the hero we all need. Gonna turn around and try to light this gap. So, dex save this thing.
Please fail.
It did fail.
Yeah.
It did fail.
DC's 14, so I don't know. Maybe it.
It has a -1 on dex, and I rolled an 8.
Yes.
So
Come on,
definitely
Ollie.
failed.
Come on, Ollie.
Oh, this is better.
Come on, Ollie.
It's 11 damage.
Yes, Ollie.
So you see as Ollie like rears back and is like, "This is for Brass," and this huge arc of lightning just spits out of his mouth and into this Croc, and you see the Croc sort of light up and start jolting. You're barely able to roll out of its mouth as it starts spasming and seizing and falls limp.
Well, that's a wasted spell slot.
I'm just gonna throw my arms in the air, just like yes.
Perfect. Oh.
Blood, blood, blood.
Exactly. Blood, blood. There we go. Eh. All right. So that brings us to Iggy.
Okay, one down, one to go. Ollie behind you. Firebolt.
All right.
Oh God, no. Nope. Just no. Next.
Aw.
I rolled the 4.
Yeah, that's.
I will
not
back
gonna
up as well.
All right.
Because he's getting closer.
He is.
I'll back up like 15 feet.
All right. So back like here?
Yeah.
All right. Alrighty. And anything else?
Nope, that's it for me.
All right, Rel.
So I'm going to turn to him. And I'm going to say, so, will you give us back what's rightfully ours?
I'll give you something.
And she could do something, but she's not going to. And basically, she's just going to hold her attack action. And she's going to say, move any closer and I will shoot.
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right.
I gave it our demands.
It is going to move, just so you know.
God damn it.
Just
Go away.
because you were the one talking to it, that's where it's going to go.
Go away.
Right in front of you. I should probably give it a different color because I forgot that. There.
Will 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Oh, fuck.
Ooh.
All right. And as it moves close, it is going to look straight at Relmora and be like, oh, you look so tasty. I wonder how you'll taste now. And I need you to make a dex saving throw.
That's 18 total.
Okay. That is good.
It's a lot of dice.
Yeah, but I rolled poorly on them, so that's very lucky. So you take 6 acid damage as this line of acid just spews from this creature's mouth. And that's already halved.
It's my spell.
I'm looking pretty bad now. Like I'm getting too tired and exhausted.
Did it make its roll for the wisdom save?
She attacked him.
Oh, yeah, okay, never mind then.
Yeah.
Wasted.
Yeah. That's the thing about Sanctuary is that most people just don't pay attention to it when it's on them.
Well, I can't do anything else.
Yeah.
And negotiating with it has failed, so.
Oh yeah. This is not a very negotiating creature for the most part. All right, so that's Nero now.
I'm gonna use my action to ward Relmora as my or mark her as my ward and stand in between the two of them.
Okay.
And that is basically all I can do at the moment with my raised shield. I used half my movement to stand up, I'm figuring, since I went limp with the creature.
Okay.
And I kind of hope or motion for Ollie to run around and like for everyone to get kind of behind me. And
All
that's about it.
Okay. So that goes to Ollie. Ollie just saw this stream of acid go out, and he is definitely gonna fucking move to the back.
Do it for Brass.
He's going back here like, oh god. Does he want to? I think he's gonna try and blow fire or blow electricity on this thing first. So let's see what this thing's dex save is.
How many charges does he have for this?
It's
For
concentration.
Dragon's Breath? It's just concentration.
Okay.
So.
Oh, okay, cool.
For 1 minute.
Sweet. And Curvox did not make the save.
Curvox!
Oh, sorry, the kobold. Fuck. Oh,
What's your name?
Ollie rolled really good too.
Yeah.
Ollie rolled 13 damage on that. Perfect.
Ollie MVP.
Yes. And so you see this lightning crackle, and the kobold sort of like turns and looks at Ollie when it happens, and it's like, "You look great in my belly." But that's all he does, and Ollie obviously moves way back. It's like, "Yep, nope, fuck this." All right, Iggy, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna chromatic orb him.
All right.
So he's just gonna lay his palm up. He's just gonna spin it around. You're just gonna see this little ball of ice just start to form on his freaking hand. And he's just gonna be like, okay, we'll see how this works. And he's just gonna chuck it.
Nice.
Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah, like, I rolled a 17 on the dice.
Nice. Go ahead and roll damage.
Okay, 3d8. I'm gonna do cold damage. Oh, that's good. Rolled a 7, an 8, and a 2. 17 cold damage.
All right, math. Math, I know I can do you. Okay. Yeah. And then-
Jeez. Buy a dinner first.
There we go. Okay. No. Fuck that. That doesn't deserve dinner.
All right then.
And I'm gonna back up even more.
All right.
Another 15 feet.
It's almost like you don't want to be hit by this thing.
Really?
Oh,
I
that's
had the
erased.
faintest idea.
All right. Do. All right, Rel, what would you like to do?
I'm kind of doing something right now. I'm just gonna take.
I'm assuming he's gonna shoot it.
He said he was going to take something. I don't know.
That sounded like dodge.
Take a shot.
Or take a shot. Yeah. Yeah, right. Take.
No,
Why?
do not shoot.
Okay, so
I'm-
you're just going to dodge, or?
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge, and I'm gonna take the dodge action, and I'm getting the hell out of there.
Okay.
I'm moving 40. I'm using my bonus action to dash, and I'm moving out. I'm at 2 hit points.
So how many feet total is that for you?
40.
Hey,
All
bro,
right.
where are you going?
So you are right next to. There you go. All right, you're slowly being abandoned, Nero.
Yeah, I figured.
Hey, you still got Ollie, though.
I'm at 2 hit points. If I take another hit, I'm probably gonna die.
All right. All right, so it is now the kobold's turn. Let's see if he gets his breath back. He does not. You're probably lucky. Because I rolled really shitty on that first breath. All right. So it is going to You're gonna see it sort of reach on. It's got like this little belt around its waist. You'll see it reach behind itself and pull out this long whip with like a bunch of different tails. Each of them are sort of spiked with some random bits of metal and stuff like that. Like it looks like it's very like makeshift, but if you were looking at any of the Crocs, you would have seen a lot of them had scars from it. So it is definitely something that he's used a lot, and he is going to attempt to whack you with this whip.
Whack who? Me?
Yeah, Nero. You're the only one within reach of it.
I don't know how long the reach is, like 80 feet. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, it's an reach. No.
It's a whip.
Cool whip.
Cool whip. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
And that's a nat 20.
That hits, obviously.
But luckily, it's just a whip, and the damage dice on it is real fucking low. So. Oh, that was cocked. All right, so 11 points of slashing damage as the whip just. And he just growls and pats his stomach, and you hear this really like flat like sound. He's like, "Get in my belly," and that's his turn.
All right. I think that might be a free action to yell to Oliver to get the hell out of here, to run and not attack. And I am going to take the dodge action, but stand right in the kobold's face, trying to pull all the attention to me while everyone else is running away.
Okay. Right in its face. Okay. Anything else for your turn?
No, that's it. And
right.
I'm pretty bloody, standing on one leg, but still not going down.
Okay. That brings us to Ollie. And Ollie is he's a coward, but he's very much, but we haven't found Brass yet. I can't leave until we find Brass.
Now is not the time. Run!
All right. So Ollie, in this completely stupid act of bravery, is going to walk back up this way and breathe on this thing again.
How is it looking, by the way?
It's still pretty healthy. It's not. It's hurt, yes, but it's not going down right at the moment. This is the dice I want. Oh, he rolled really poorly on his dex save again, so he gets the full damage from this. Fuck yeah, Ollie.
Yeah.
Damn, Ollie. Holy shit. 14 damage from
Dang.
that. No, Ollie's putting in work for you, kids.
Nice.
Thank you.
He's the hero that we deserve.
And Kervax, or the kobold, looks over at him and is like, I think maybe you next.
Oh no.
And Iggy, your turn.
Fireball. Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
19 to hit?
19 hits.
Yeah. There we go. 8 fire damage.
That's not bad.
No, it's not.
Perfect.
Now I'm just gonna try and get his attention. Hey, over here! I just threw fire in your face!
God damn it. Why can't you just not run?
And he's starting to look hurt now. He is starting to look hurt after those 2 attacks. So, it is back up to the top with Rel.
All right, I'm going to move 20 feet back, which is my movement. Not back through, I want to follow along the wall. Because I technically can't see that far.
It's like there?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I can still see the light from the light spell, so I am going to shoot at the kobold.
Okay.
Is a 22 going to hit?
What's your increment range, by the way, on the crossbow?
A light is, I think, 80 to 320.
Oh, is it? Okay. I thought they were a lot lower than that. Okay.
I think that was the
Crossbows are
short
ones.
bow.
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, like crossbow is 80 to 320.
Okay.
And crossbow's like 30 to 120.
Okay, that's the one I was thinking. I was like, man,
Like
it's firing from a really long way away. Yeah.
17 piercing damage.
Dang.
All right. It's a good hit.
I'm going to reload.
Okay.
And that'll be my turn.
All right. Let's see if we get this shit back. Oh, shit.
Oh no.
All right. So he is going to move around you like this. And you see him start to rear back as he's done before and just spew this line of sickly green acid towards you guys. You guys both need to make dex saving throws. You and Ollie. Ollie's now.
I'm assuming you is me.
No, me and Ollie.
It's a 15-foot line.
13.
13.
Okay.
All right. You do make the dex save on that, so it's good. Oh my god, math again.
Yeah, that's a downside of D&D.
All right. 25 if you didn't make the dex save. And that would be
12.
12 if you did.
And with that, it goes dark in the cave.
If it's not concentration, it would still your light would still be on.
Even when I drop?
Yep. If it's not concentration, it just lasts for the duration.
It just lasts for an hour, yeah.
Well, I don't know then how long ago I did that when entering the cave, so you decide, but probably not an hour ago.
Yeah, no, I'd say you're good.
Yeah.
No. All right. So you are unconscious.
Yes.
All right. All right. And with that, as Corvex watches you both fall, he's like, oh, you're going to taste so good in Corvex's belly. He's not even paying attention to the other two anymore. He's just sort of looking, and like you can see drool and spittle coming off of his teeth and out of his jaws. Like he is ready for a meal. Granted, he still looks bloody as fuck, but he is just, it's almost like there's no connection in his mind between how hurt he is and that. Like he's not looking for self-preservation. He's just hungry. So, Nero, death saving throw.
Yep. That's a fail.
Okay. Ollie dead.
Oh, he's dead?
He took the full damage.
Oh, Ollie.
He's
Yeah.
just a commoner.
He's a smoldering, like you can see just like her where it's like gone through to bone. The acid is like eaten through. He just got it full to the face. So that brings us to Iggy.
Oh, he's just gonna start panicking. He's just like, oh no. Oh god. Shit. And he'll just, he'll firebolt.
Come on, Iggy, you can do it.
I got one spell slot left. I don't want to use it. 17.
Just hits.
Ah,
That's his AC.
yay. Okay, 6 fire.
It's good. You see the bolt hits him and he like visibly sort of staggers from it. And he sort of like shakes his head, but he's still focused on the meal that has just dropped into his lap.
Well, we gotta make sure that he doesn't eat him.
Fine. Fine. Come on, lucky die. Don't let me down. Nope, it let me down this time.
No!
14.
15. Yeah, that does not hit.
I'm gonna reload, but I'm gonna move 20 feet back.
All right. So, Kobold is hurt. It's hungry. It's gonna grab Nero and start dragging him across the ground back to its little like hovel over here. So, it is going to.
He's heavy.
Is he like strong enough for that?
He's actually a pretty strong kobold. He has a +1 in strength.
Oh, I weigh like 220 pounds without a fucking gear.
Yeah, I mean, he's not going to move very fast, but he's gonna try and drag you.
Okay.
So he moves very slowly with you, and you can hear if anybody's like listening to him. He's just like, gonna taste so good. Like so hungry. Gonna have you.
He's so creepy.
He's a very creepy little fucker. All right.
That's what happens when you become what you eat.
Yup. So that is his turn.
And with that, I fade a little bit more away from life.
Fuck!
Say another fail.
Fuck. Okay. Iggy, back up to you.
Fuck! Fuck it, I'm just gonna chromatic orb him.
All right.
At this point. Come on, D20. Come on, D20. Hallelujah! Oh, thank you. Thank you. It was a nat 20.
Nice.
Okay, what do I do?
Just double dice.
Double dice, okay. That's alright. That's okay. Okay, so 13 and 7. So 20.
Nice. How do you want to do this?
Yes! I just hold my hand out backwards, and you could start seeing some lightning crackling, just in memory of Ollie, his lightning burps. And just like Zeus chucking some lightning bolts, he just chucks it, and it just goes straight through him, like stuck in him.
All right. And for a moment, it looks almost like maybe you missed because he just stands very, very still as it hits him. And then all of a sudden it starts convulsing very rapidly. And like you can see foam and acid start spitting out of its mouth as it's like drooling and shuddering until finally it stops. For the most part, every once in a while, a shudder will still go through the body and you'll see its like leg or tail twitch and it'll be like, but it is effectively dead.
I'm gonna run up to Nero.
Yeah, I'm gonna double dash to him.
All right.
You'll probably get there faster than I will.
I would if I wasn't suffering from a second level of exhaustion.
Oh, good point. Good point.
I still travel at 60 feet, though.
So like there, I think, right? 10, 15,
But
20,
I double dash so I can move 60.
45, 50, 55, 60. Okay. So right about there. All right.
Yeah, I'm just gonna use my movement to run up for my turn.
Okay.
I don't know how far I can make it. 30 feet.
30. Okay.
Oh, no.
I make the third. The third one is the save.
Oh, thank goodness. Okay.
Yay.
So in the next turn, you guys can both get up to her or get up to him. So what would you like to do?
Stop dying!
Just yell at me.
Yeah.
Get out of my way. And I'll kind of push him over and pull out a healing kit.
Okay.
And I'll stabilize him with a charge.
Okay. Do you have the healer's fit or her feet or something?
Oh, that's just a natural ability
is
for
it?
healing kits.
Okay, I've never used a healing kit before, so I have no idea how to use them.
You spend a charge and you stabilize them, but it doesn't bring them back up to 1.
Okay. Perfect. So you no longer have to make death saving throws. That's good. And combat is effectively over. There's no more combatants. Ollie is a smoldering growth pile over here. His face is like half melted off. There's dead Croc, and there's very dead fat kobold.
All right. Does the kobold have any form of light on him?
No, he does not.
Did Nero pack any light on him?
Well, my shield is still lit up.
Yeah, but that's not going to last much longer.
Yeah, probably is. Like 40 minutes or so, I think, or 30. How long has this whole thing taken?
I think from walking into the cave, I don't think it's taken that long. It's not like a super long cave. I would say probably being around 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
So still like 30 to 40 minutes of light.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to run over to the figure that I saw. Brass.
All right. I'm not going to move you on the map.
Mm-hmm.
I know that you're coming over here.
Just going to check. Is she breathing?
Make me a medicine check.
Oh, no. Dice roller. Okay. 15.
She is breathing.
Yes.
She is missing an arm.
Oh, no.
And she is bleeding pretty heavily. Like it doesn't look like she is going to last much longer if she does. It looks like some of the mud and various debris and maybe even acid has cauterized the wound a little bit, which has kept her from bleeding out entirely. But she is in hella rough shape.
Hey, Rao.
Yes.
Oh, we're going to need that healer's kit over here, too.
I'm just going to pull Nero up onto some mud. And I'm going to, so he doesn't sink into the water. And I'm going to run over there. And just use my healing kit on that.
All right. She is now stable. She is still unconscious, though.
She's missing an arm.
Yes, I can see.
That's not biologically what it's supposed to be. Oh, no. Oh, this is bad.
I need you to stop freaking out for a second.
Well, I mean, how... Ollie's dead. Nero, I don't know if dead. Brass doesn't have an arm anymore. We're all by ourselves. We don't know where we are. Our ship is shipwrecked, and we're just completely lost. Pardon me for freaking out, but, I mean, I feel like it's rightfully so.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to brush some of the little mud, like probably a lot of mud on my fucking outfit right now. And I'm going to slap you across the face. Get yourself together. What I want you to do is I want you to get Brass, put him beside Nero, and we're going to get the hell out of here.
give me a second. And he's just gonna pull out his book and just like start twiddling his fingers for a little bit, and he'll just start ritual casting something.
While he's doing that, I'm going to start searching through this stuff, I guess, that's here.
Yep.
And I'm
you
gonna go
do
back,
find a lot.
pick up his shield, and come back with it so I can see more thoroughly.
Okay. Actually, there is a little bit of light over by that area.
Oh, okay.
And if you take it, it seems completely illogical, but there is a candle lit, a single candle lit in the back of this thing, and it is deep into the mud, and it is still not going out. It's a weird candle.
I will take the candle then. Is it on? Is it just in mud, or is there like a little holder that it has?
There's no holder. It looks like it was just slammed in the mud and lit.
Is it melting?
Nope.
If I grab the wax, will it be hot?
It is, yes. There's heat coming off of it.
Okay, so I hate to do this, but I'm gonna take a scrap of my clothing, mostly from my skirt, and I'm gonna wrap it around the wax so it doesn't burn my hands.
Yep.
And I'm gonna use it as a light source.
Okay.
As I search through this place.
All right. So you do actually find a fair amount of stuff. It looks like a lot of it was just taken from travelers that this thing may have killed. There's like various scraps of cloth that might have once been clothing in some cases. There doesn't seem to be weapons, and if there are, there's a couple that are just, they've been sunk so deep in the mud and the muck that they are just pretty much unusable by this point. However, you do manage to find 102 gold pieces.
Oh, whoa.
Okay.
42 silver pieces.
Okay, so 102 gold.
Yep.
42 silver, right?
42 silver, yep. And 22 copper pieces.
Okay.
You also find a diamond, which, with Rel's sort of background in trade, you would probably guess you could get probably about 100 gold pieces for it. There is also a strange shard. It's this light blue shard. It's really pretty. And I think both of you would, both you and Iggy, would recognize it as being a spell shard. Typically something that either is used for, some wizards use it for spell books. Some people use it to deliver letters. Some people use it for diaries, things like that. And typically the way that you use it is you think on a certain passage, if it's a book or something, and it will instantly be brought to mind. It's almost like one of like a little holograph type thing where you can like read. And sometimes they are also given like a passcode that you have to like think the passcode in order to access it. But that is what you find back there. And if you want it, the little kobold also has his whip, but that's the only weapon he has on him.
I'll take it. Maybe some scholar wants it for some sort of artifact.
Yep.
So it's
Cool whip.
Cool whip.
like a dagger whip.
It's just a regular whip as of like the player's handbook type thing.
Okay.
It's just sort of like, you know, it looks like it's made of strips of like crocodile hide or maybe even kobold hide, judging by the fact that the scales on it are black. But yeah, and it's got like little pieces of chipped metal at the ends of it.
So I'm going to carve the backside of the crocodile out with my dagger, and
Okay.
I'm going to take some of its sinew and make a kind of sled. And I'm going to put all the bodies on it. Even Ollie.
I had, after 10 minutes, a little disc that floats appears under Brass. That's what I was doing.
Oh. Well, can it hold everyone?
Yeah, it holds up to 500 pounds.
Okay, so we will put... Never mind then. I'll just cut the chunk out of it and then I'll put it in my backpack. Well, not backpack. I'll just roll it up into my satchel and it'll kind of just be sticking out.
Right.
At least I can maybe use it for some armor later. And I start leading everyone out with this mysterious candle and...
All right.
And we'll go over and pick up that that corpse I remember seeing that Nero had before entering the cave.
Okay. So that's back a little ways.
Mm-hmm.
So are you heading back to your boat?
Ideally, yeah.
Okay. Check in. It is gonna take a while to get back there. It took you a bit to get to this spot, but it's not gonna take like days or anything like that. It'll take probably a couple hours. But just one of you guys roll me a perception check just to sort of see how aware you are of what's going, like, you know, what's around so that you can avoid dangers and stuff like that. Most of it's just going to be native wildlife, bugs and shit.
As this is happening, could I just check out like what time it is?
Yep.
Just like the moon, I don't know.
Well, you guys made landfall early in the morning when the sun was just barely beginning to rise.
I know we didn't get much sleep.
Yeah.
We heard the screams.
So the perception is at disadvantage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I got a 13 on it.
Okay. That's enough, I would say. You guys are tired. You're absolutely exhausted. And now you're like, luckily you've got the disc. Otherwise it would be really, really difficult to bring all of these bodies sort of, you know, over water and land, because you are having to travel in water sometimes in order to get back. But you manage it without too much issue. There are some snakes and things like that you see, but you avoid, especially Rel, with your sort of knowledge of nature. You can kind of pick out spots before you get to them where you're like, there's probably something in that mass of vines and stuff like that. So, but you are able to get back to both the dead sailor and to the boat. You've left docked.
Yay.
And by that time, it's probably about, I'm going to say about 11 in the morning, close to noon. You're getting close.
Wow.
Yeah. So you've been walking, because it's a slog too, right? Like, because you guys are walking through difficult terrain. It might not actually be that far, but you are walking through difficult terrain and sometimes almost having to swim.
Well, how heavy is Iggy?
Me?
Yes.
I'm not that heavy. Probably like 130 pounds.
So essentially, in those small gaps, I'm gonna just pick them up, and I'm gonna dash through the mucky areas.
There we go. I can walk, you know.
In that case, Rel, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, dude.
Constitution saving throw?
Yep.
Okay. That will be 19.
You are super exhausted.
Yeah, it's getting to the point where I can't make those saves anymore.
Yeah, no, it you know, normally under a normal circumstance, I wouldn't have had you roll that, but just based on what you've been through in the past 24 hours, and Rel especially is just being she's going at it 100%, no matter how tired she is, right? So, and you are tired. At least the water is starting to wash off some of the muck. Doesn't help that most of the water is muck, though.
Yeah. So now I have a disadvantage on attack rolls.
Good thing you didn't have that before.
Let's just go to bed.
So yeah, she's gonna basically just stay up until somebody starts waking the hell up.
And I think, how long does it take to regain a hit point for people? Is it like an hour or something like that?
Yeah, if they're stable.
If they're stable, okay. I'm gonna say that because of Brass being so hurt, she's still not up. But Nero, as they're traveling back, you start to come to. It's very jarring because sort of the last thing that you remember was this creature opening its mouth and you sort of almost looking into death. And there was part of you that was, not glad, but you knew you were protecting people and you knew the other two were far enough away that they could run. So, there was that, but you're waking up, you are alive. You somehow made it through, and you are still in a disgusting swamp filled with all kinds of bugs.
So I imagine he would just cough when waking up, sort of, and try to allocate himself. And he's on the floating disc too.
Yep, with a dead body and parts of Brass.
So that's gonna make him real dizzy in this situation, and he's just gonna mumble a little bit. And I'm imagining he's not gonna be strong enough to actually pull the attention towards him. So he'll just try, he'll take good 10-15 minutes to actually start moving around in the back. And a bone falls off by accident from Ollie.
Rel would be sitting beside the two of you.
I thought you were running, not sitting on the disc.
Nero probably would have come to while you were walking back. It takes a little bit longer than an hour to get back. So, yeah, so I was sort of just backtracking because I was like, oh, how long does it take? So by the time you get there, Nero is awake. He's conscious. This is not exactly in good shape, but he's not dead. So yeah,
the opposite. Yeah.
So
what happened?
It's dead.
Well, I can see that. What happened to him? And he sort of looked at Ollie.
He's dead too.
Ollie is just a black crisp, probably.
You can see where parts of his face have sort of melted off, and there's bits of holes in the bones where you can see it's exposed. Just basically is super super duper acid to the face.
Yeah, there was nothing we could do.
I thought I was dead.
We thought so too for a second.
Yeah, you were close.
And what happened to this little dragon guy?
He's dead. We got him.
Oh, good. Good. He was, I was trying my best to give you an opportunity to run, but none of you would run.
Well, we wouldn't just leave you there.
That's not how this works.
I already told you about dying through being foolish. I'm not going to let you die that way.
I wasn't being foolish. You were being the ones that were being foolish.
Listen.
Maybe.
All right, everyone break it up. Break it up. All right.
Huh?
We're all stressed. It's been a long day, but we're all that we've got. So we've got to learn to stick together, and we have got to get to a city or a town or something like that. Right?
Well, looks like you found Brass.
Oh, yeah, and she's missing a little something.
Yeah, I can see that. Her stump is right up in my face.
Oh, yeah, sorry. Well,
Yeah, I can't go on, and I probably should have taken my armor earlier, but there was no time.
There's time now.
Well, I am not going to rest in my armor again, so let's just hope for the best that we don't get attacked and find a sort of safe spot to rest.
just chill on the disc for now. It's okay. Just wait till you get your bearings, and then you can stand up.
So, are we going to look for a place to rest, or are we just going to stand somewhere?
I was gonna go back to where we were resting before, because
Okay.
at least my stuff is there. I don't know about you guys, but
Yeah.
I left clothes there.
Are you
Yeah.
still in your pajamas?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Legendary pajamas.
It's the same AC, so
Yeah, we're going back there and then probably resting. I think I would probably not offer to take watch, sort of, because I am still like super tired and exhausted just having been awoken from the dead.
yeah, I'll take a watch. I'll take first watch.
Okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect a bunch of loose branches and old wood, break it up into a pile, and use that candle to light it.
Okay. Roll me a survival.
God damn it.
It's just based on the fact that all the wood here is wet as fuck. The candle might be good, but the wood is wet as fuck.
So at disadvantage, I got 13.
You managed to start a little fire. You're not sure how long it's going to burn in this damp, or how much that you can get to feed it. That's not going to just put it out. It's a pathetic little fire. It's just a little, but it is there. It exists.
Is it at least warm enough to stay near?
If you stay real close to it, yeah.
Might as well just hold the candle, you know.
Well, I will be holding the candle because I am going to unroll that large ass crocodile hide onto the ground, and I'm going to sleep on it and put the candle right beside me on the other side of me. And I'm tired as fuck. I'm probably shaking even in my sleep.
Isn't on the hide the flesh on the other side still, or have you like carved that away?
Nope.
So you're sleeping on the flesh?
No, I'm sleeping on like the spiny side. Like a mat.
Oh, okay.
Basically got the tail, and he's just lying on the tail.
Okay.
As they're sleeping, I'll check out the spell shard and I'll just see what I can get from it.
Okay.
At all.
The spell shard, you've seen them a lot. You know a lot of people use them. Like it's a very common thing. So you sit and you contemplate, you think on it a little bit, and eventually you get to the point where you realize that this one is definitely pass-coded. So there's some sort of password or something that you'd have to think in order to unlock its secrets. So that there's something on it. You're not sure exactly what it is. So.
I'll just whisper to it. Cobalt.
It stays inert.
Acid.
Nothing.
Food. Get in my belly.
Get in my belly. Nope.
Never mind. And I'll just curl up on a tree and I'll just
watch.
If you want to give me an Arcana check, I can give you a little bit of information on it.
Okay. I mean, I have identify. It's just I don't know if that'll interrupt my rest or anything.
It wouldn't. Well, I mean, if you're on watch, it's not interrupt your rest for sure because you're sort of watching. It just means you won't be watching very much. But no, it would tell you basically that it is a spell shard, and it would describe to you that it was passcoded, but it wouldn't tell you the passcode.
Okay. Well, Arcana, I have. Oh wait, disadvantage, right? Shit. That's all right. 14.
Okay, you're looking at it, and you get the feeling that this is probably a journal or some sort of thing like that. Like you can sort of get the feeling that there's more than one entry, and the passcode is very personal to whoever's it was. You think probably maybe like a name or a place or something of that description.
Port de Burrow. Tentari. Murkmire Bog. Stella.
The sea.
Stella. I would be like killing myself laughing if you actually got it.
What about the sea?
Forget it. It's hopeless at this point.
Well, I'm not awake, so.
Anyways, he maybe just took this off of someone. It's probably not his. Could I actually identify the candle?
Yes, you can.
Just like take my 10 minutes, use my buck.
I will fucking stab you if you take it.
No, I'm not taking it. I'm just freaking checking
What
out
is
what
wrong
it is.
with you? What the fuck?
Shanks you when we're asleep. I'm like,
It is actually a candle of the deep.
Candle of the deep. Ooh.
Yes. It's let me read it to you if I can find it. I have it written down where it is. That doesn't mean I can find it really quick. All right, candle of the deep. It is. The flame of this candle is not extinguished when immersed in water. It gives off light and heat like a normal candle. So that's all it is. It's a candle of the deep. No matter what, it can always be lit. So even if you're underwater, you can still have a lit candle.
That's weird.
So weird, though.
I don't understand.
Hashtag lit.
Oh.
That's lit as fuck.
Oh, that's cool though.
Man, that's bad. Like if you manipulate this kind of magic and just put the fire on a house, like even water would just not extinguish the fire.
The fire, once it's off the candle, is natural fire. It's just the candle itself.
Yeah. Yeah,
unnatural.
but I'm saying like if you manipulate it like to a point where you manipulate the item itself, not the fire that it creates, like I'm sure that might be possible.
Oh wait, I can make that my spell book?
Yes.
If I can solve it?
If you want to, yeah. If you can solve it and like wipe it clean. You would have to pay to read like all the ingredients again to like reinscribe it. It could be like a spell book or your main spell book, whichever.
Oh, that could be cool.
Yeah, and it's about
so cheap
length.
too.
Yeah. It's like palm length, and it is like a very deep sort of sapphire blue.
That's
Pretty.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh, now I really want to open it. Would I know if identifying it would give me any more insight on it, or no?
With that arcana, you would know it's used often enough in the cities and stuff that if any mage could just identify the password, it wouldn't be very. Yeah, it wouldn't be very secure.
Okay.
But like once you figure out the password and stuff, if you can like, use it for like if you can recode it or get it recoded somewhere, then you can always set your own passcode so nobody else can access your spells.
Maybe.
It's a pretty cool little item. So.
Maybe you should sleep over it, and maybe tomorrow you'll have better chances.
Okay, and I'll just keep waiting and watching.
All right. Just roll me a perception check then for your watch.
Okay.
Hooray, permanent exhaustion.
Yay. Oh, wow. I rolled a natural 20 and a 19.
Damn. So you do not want this shit to happen again. So you're actually paying pretty close attention. Like you stop every once in a while when you know, like you listen and you know it's safe. So that's why you stop and do your identify spells and stuff. But you listen and you can hear the buzzing of insects. You can every once in a while you'll hear an animal moving through the water and that. But you guys are pretty clear. You don't. None of the animals seem to approach. Seems to be good. Yeah.
Yay.
Your watch passes without incident.
Cool. And then I'll slowly wake up someone, whoever's willing. I feel like Rel's really tired, but so is freaking Nero. Dang it.
Well,
She can wake Brass up.
after you guys rest, you guys shouldn't have your levels of exhaustion. So
Well, I haven't rested yet. That's the thing.
we're still in the long rest phase. Gasp.
I have bags under my eyes. We're all just so tired.
I'll give this to you. With your 20 perception check, it seems like there's not a whole lot of wild animals that are moving around right now. It seems like either they're avoiding the really shitty fire and the group of people that are sort of standing around, like they're smaller creatures that don't want to attack a big group, or it seems like most of the bigger creatures are a little bit deeper in, so you'd probably be safe for the night if you went to sleep. Probably.
He's just gonna doze off at this point. He's just looking. He's like super perceptive. And then he'll just lean a little farther back and just knock out.
Okay, so then the dragon arrived. No, I'm just kidding.
Y'all suck.
I was like, yes, you fell into my trap. No. No, your sleep passes without incident for the most part. It's actually full dark by the time any of you start stirring. It has been a long, hard sleep for most of you guys, especially because you were so exhausted. But you can mark off that those of you that got long rests can mark off your exhaustion.
They get my full hit points back, or do I have to roll?
No, you get your full hit points back. You are still, like, to look at, you still look rough, but mechanics wise, you're back at full.
Cool.
What time is it? Ugh.
You're guessing it's probably close to 10 o'clock at night.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's full dark. Like, you guys had your 8 hours and probably a little bit more because nobody was awake to get everybody up and everybody was so exhausted.
I'm gonna check out Brass, see how she's doing.
She seems to be breathing a little bit easier. You do see, like, she's every once in a while, like, these shivers are going across her body. She's not awake yet, but you surmise that she could probably be woken if you tried to.
No, I'll just let her sleep it off for now.
Once I wake up, I will probably go ahead and wash like some blood off my clothes and like pack, like wear one of the spare shirts that I had in my backpack, like of my spare clothes. Even if they're damp, I'll just change and put on my armor.
Yeah, your current clothes that you were wearing during the fight are pretty messed up. There's holes all over them from where like acids sort of ate through it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna change out of my damn pajamas.
You guys are all gonna need some new clothes.
Because those are wrecked.
Yeah. And you can all still like you got a good sleep. You all feel like a lot better and a lot clearer of mind. But you're still cold. You're still like it seems like you'll almost never be dry in this place. It's so like cold and damp, especially with the wind coming off of the sea. It's just you're shivering, maybe like your nose might be running a little bit, or you might have like a little bit of a cough. It's not going to mechanically do anything. It's just you guys feel like shit still.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna start eating some rations now
Yeah, you guys should probably eat at some point.
and drink some water.
I'm not sure if I have rations or if they're still edible after being
submerged.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I don't have
not sure.
rations.
I don't think that they're edible anymore. I think not.
They're mostly edible. They won't taste good. I can tell you that. They're gonna taste real salty for one thing.
I have a 22 on survival. If that is helping me discern which ones will probably give me like fucking food poisoning.
Yeah, you can see a couple of them where it's like just the smell alone. You're like, but you managed to find like a couple of the rations in your bag seem to be mostly dry. Like didn't get like maybe they were packed in real tight and they're not near as bad. So you can have a breakfast. You might need to find actual food at some point. Like you might need to hunt something or find a town, preferably, something like that. So that
I think we all need a town right now. Oh wait, do I have my navigator's tools? No, I don't. I'm just proficient in it. Dang it. Could I make like, I don't know, some sort of check to figure out just like geologically where we are and like what's north?
I'd say make a nature check.
Okay.
I could tell you, I already made the check in the last game.
You're just trying to ride that high of the fucking nat 20 that you rolled.
Nature check. I'm not too good at nature. Oh wait, what am I talking about? It's intelligence. It's like my thing. 17. Wow.
Okay.
It's like my thing.
So you know that basically where you landed, due north is where you found Kurvox's little lair, the little kobold's lair. And if you kept going due north, you'd eventually reach the road. Let's see. I'm trying to think. I think you would have seen a couple of maps. I'm not sure if you'd know the actual.
I had a map. Like, I had a map of Lytheria.
Yeah.
That before it got ruined. So I would think like, I know where the Murkmire Bog is. I know that Port Tentari is like northwest of here.
Yeah. So
not Port Tentari, Port Tabreo.
Tabreo, yeah. So I would say that you would know of a couple of towns that tend to be near the Murkmire Bog. Neither of them are very big. Neither of them are cities by any means. They're not large enough to really be marked on like big maps. But if you go north and a little bit east, you'll come to Canastock, which is actually inside of the swamp. But if you go north and a fair bit west, you'll reach Tryon. And Tryon is a little bit further away. Canastock is probably a little bit closer to where you think you are right now. But yeah, Canastock, I don't know if you'd know too much about it, but Tryon is known for a certain type of ale that is produced there. That you would probably have at least heard about. Maybe not like be super, oh yeah, I know that. But yeah, it's a little like sort of farming village, and they grow or they produce Tri-Dry, which is a type of ale.
I'll just let the group know. There's a small town that's not far from here. I think you can try to get there. I don't know. Without a map, it's kind of hard.
Okay.
I know it's in that general direction. He's just gonna point northeast, sort of.
Okay. She starts packing up her stuff.
All right.
And if you guys want, just for reference, your characters wouldn't have it, but I will allow you to see the map that I have of this.
Hey guys, look at my really bad map as it's all shriveled up and just ink is just pouring everywhere.
So this is sort of like the zoomed in of the Murkmire Bog. You guys are at this little crash site over here, and Kurvok's lair up here. And then this is the town of Canastock, and it's inside the swamp. Tryon is just sort of at the edge of the swamp.
Oh, we could take the lifeboat through the river to get there.
Yep.
Not to get to Tryon, technically. Would I know that? I don't know.
These rivers aren't necessarily like full rivers. A lot of it is like it's very dense. It's very like it's swampy, right? So there are probably going to be places where your boat's going to get stuck in the mud or in the reeds and stuff like that. It'll be a trying trip, and it will be like you're going to have to like paddle because it's sort of upriver type thing, but you would be able to do that. Yeah.
But the upside of that would be we wouldn't have to carry the other two.
Well, I mean, we don't have to carry them anyways. I could use my disc again on them.
How long does it last?
It lasts for an hour, but I can keep just casting it ritually.
I think it would take us more than an hour to get to Tryon.
Well, I mean, it just saves us the strain of just constantly carrying them. I mean, sure, it'll take a little longer, but we can carry them. I think we need to bury these two, though.
Why would you bury them?
Because that's what you do.
No, we're bringing Ollie back with us to get raised.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, Ollie's dead. There's no coming back. I'm just scared to tell Brass is all.
Look, we're bringing back Ollie. We're going to get him raised at the very least, and hopefully they can continue their business successfully.
Okay. And he'll just start ritual casting floating disc.
Okay. So
We should definitely bury the other body, though.
yeah,
And
there's one other body.
And I don't know.
Sorry, no, go ahead.
No, I don't know if we should really raise Ollie. That should be up to the captain and not to us. It's not up to us to decide.
Well, if we leave him here, she won't really get much of a choice.
Yeah, we'll take him with us, but still, it is going to be her choice.
And just for reference to you guys, Canastock is about 2 days travel. Tryon is probably about 3.
I say Canastock. I say we make the walk.
Walk to stock.
Well, I sorry I was AFK. What is the difference between Canastock and Tryon?
They're both small villages. Canastock, Iggy especially probably wouldn't know anything about it. Tryon, Iggy does know that they're known for a certain type of ale that they produce there, but beyond that, there's no like real tourism or anything. They just produce it and send it out, that kind of thing. And Canastock is actually inside the swamp itself, whereas Tryon is at the edge of the swamp. They're both connected by smaller roads to the main road to Port Tabreo. And Canastock is just slightly north and east, just a little bit. And then Tryon is about north and a little bit more west from
Tryon is 3 days away?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I really would like to get out of the swamp, so
Just
maybe
as fast as we can.
yeah, taking this extra day and then get out of here.
Right, take the extra day, or
Yeah, because Canistock is still in the swamp, and I figure
but
we
it's
all wanna get out.
civilization, though. It doesn't matter if we just have a place to sleep.
Well then, we'll head there.
Okay, so we start heading there.
Okay. Are you guys just leaving Brass to sleep for now?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll probably clean her wounds with another charge of the healing kit. Just
That'll
so
be
it doesn't get
helpful.
infected or anything like that.
Yeah. Okay. So. Sorry, I need all my references so that I know where you guys are going. So I'm just gonna say, for the most part, are you guys like watching out for stuff? Are you like stealthing through, which is gonna take you a lot longer, or are you like rushing through? How are you going about trying to get to Canistock?
I wouldn't say we're stealthing necessarily, but we are looking out for danger. Just
Okay.
trying to avoid anything.
Yeah, I would ward someone in our group as my protected person, and then use my intuition to look out for threats.
All right. Then go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Oh, that's a net 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be riding the disc, by the way.
All right.
That's 27.
Okay. So as you guys are sort of walking and trudging through the dirt and the muck and the grime and that, you see something that seems really out of place. You've never really come across one before, but you've definitely heard of it. And you sort of like look ahead and recognize that sort of pile of leaves and vines and muck is definitely like not what it seems like. And you think it's probably a shambling mound. So you can, if you want, you've seen it, you can go around it, or if you'd like to, you could try to fight it. I don't think you're gonna try to reason with it though.
No, I will point out the shambling mound to everyone, and if I've seen it and I've heard about it, then I would tell the others that it's probably not a good idea, especially since we come with luggage, sort of, to fight them right now, or to fight this one. And I would tell them to watch out for more, because I think typically they're not just one creature.
Yeah. And you do sort of catch sight of a couple of vines being less than inanimate, and in that area you're like, I don't think so. So you expertly
Make a big circle around.
yeah. It might take you an extra like sort of half hour to sort of go around, but
That's fine.
Well worth it.
yeah, you're
Fuck
pretty sure it's
shambling
worth it.
mounds. That's like my least favorite enemy in fucking D&D.
Yeah. I'm also assuming that you've got your candle out and your light on your shield, because it is dark.
Yes,
While
that's what I would automatically do. And I have my armor on and stuff like that. So, yep.
So especially with like your perception roll, you're making a really good effort to not disturb any wildlife that is sleeping. So that it's working out for you. There is a lot of nocturnal stuff, but most of like the bats and stuff aren't bothering you. They're just flying around eating all the insects, which is great because you guys are being eaten alive by mosquitoes. Like it's very uncomfortable. Like every couple of seconds, you're just like, ow, God damn it.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's not comfortable, and Rel especially. You're still like, you are chafed to shit. You still haven't really like washed off most of the mud, and you've just been sort of sitting, sort of exhausted. You can feel sort of like chills and almost like you're probably getting a cold. Once again, not mechanically going to do anything, but especially because you're still exhausted, that sort of plays into that. But yeah, and then so by the time it gets around to probably like, I'm gonna say like probably 2 or 3 in the afternoon, you guys are starting to get tired again. Did you want to sleep? Do you want to push on until dark? How do you want to do this?
It's a good question.
Because it's a good like long, like you'd have been traveling for quite a while there.
I say sleep once. We're gonna need to sleep at least once.
Okay, are you guys gonna set up a watch, or are you guys just gonna chill?
I'll watch. That's I'll take first watch. So straight 8 hours into the night.
Second.
No, you gotta sleep. Go to bed.
Fine.
You're crazy tired.
I'm gonna roll out my map.
Which, by the way, smells, and there's all kinds of bugs and maggots starting to work at it.
Oh, that's so nasty.
You sure you want to sleep on that?
She just looks at the two of you and she says, maggots don't eat living flesh. Also, they're good for the skin.
Do you know? Oh my god, that's so nasty. I'm just cringing.
I sleep away from Rel. I'm sure she stinks.
Oh, she does.
Oh, we all do, I'm sure.
Think,
yeah.
Jackass.
But
you submerged yourself in mud. You are like freaking Survivor, dude.
You're like Bear Grylls.
God dang.
All right, so who was taking full first watch then?
Me.
Okay. So first off, it's cold. It's still light out when you guys sort of stop and try to find like a dry place. You found a pretty decently dry place. It seems like the further you get from the actual sea, the more dry spaces that you can find, this places that aren't fully submerged in water and things like that. You've had a hard couple of days, and you're okay. Sort of like physically you're tired, but you're okay. But things are starting to catch up to you. And especially every time you sort of like close your eyes and sort of take a deep breath, it almost feels like you're breathing in smoke. And you're not sure why, but every once in a while when you do that, it tightens all your muscles with fear. But then you open your eyes and there's no smoke. There's not even a fire anymore. There's just that one lone guttering candle. And everything, it's rough, and you can feel it, and there's gonna be fallout from your body, but for the most part you're holding up. I do want you to make a wisdom saving throw though.
Yep, that's what I figured.
Yeah.
Modified 20.
Okay. Yeah, you're a soldier. You're taught to power on, and you just sort of, you swallow back the fear, and you steel yourself against coming trials and what has happened in the past. It's just, this is not a nice time for you right now, but you think you can get through it. You just need to keep moving, always keep moving. And with that, I'd like you to roll your perception check for the night or day.
And I also like to think that he thinks that he has to keep on moving, not only like out of own strength, but like this is not only him stranded here. So for the sake of the others, he cannot just give in to his fear, sort of. And this is bad. So That's a 9, 12.
12.
I rolled a 4.
All right. So you're you're a little bit distracted, sort of, by your own thoughts. You're trying to keep your mind on things, but it's sort of going off in different directions. Luckily, it seems like nothing has sort of come upon you during your watch, but you sort of get this feeling as you're heading to bed for the next watch that maybe you should, you need to focus up type thing in the future, because that was a bad roll for you.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
Yeah, so before he goes to bed, he will probably speak a prayer like about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, and ask for help, at least until they get to town and get this over with. And yeah, that's basically it.
yeah. And as you finish your prayer, you feel that little bit of heat on your arm, and if you touch your dragon mark, it's a little bit warm to the touch even. It's not glowing or anything. It's just warm to the touch. And you get an inspiration point. Essentially, for the reasoning for that is because you very much played into your dragon mark, being protector, being a guardian, not only to your dragon mark, but also to your god. Both of those things, like, you were willing to give your life for others, and you very much played into that. For that, you receive inspiration.
Thank you.
Yay! Woo!
Use it for those death saves. I mean,
What?
Will do. They're gonna come, I know it.
Well, too late.
all right. Who's taking second watch?
I got it.
Okay. Were you guys doing
Apparently.
Were you guys doing 3 watches or just 2?
2, because
Just 2.
apparently I'm not allowed to take watch.
No, go to bed. You're exhausted. You
Sleep on your
way
maggot
too
mat.
much. Sleep on Maggot Mac. Go.
So nasty.
All right. It's full dark by the time you start. It's like starting to get full dark by the time you start taking your watch, Iggy, and sort of it like Nero. It's been a rough couple of days for you, and you're cold, you're wet, you're tired, and for the first time in your life, you've seen death. And I want you to make a wisdom saving throw as well.
Eh. 11.
Okay. It's just enough. It wasn't a huge, crazy saving throw, but you do still feel very shaken by the events. You haven't had time to sort of sit down, contemplate, and think. Every time you've sat down, it's either been, only a brief respite, or just in the aftermath of battle. There hasn't been time for you to sit and contemplate what has actually happened. You've been in cities basically all your life. You've never been out in the wilderness, and this is not the way you wanted to get introduced to the wilderness, that's for sure. So, but
As I'm resting, I'm just gonna pull out my spell book and just my pencil, and I'll just go through as many words and locations and names as I know, and say them in the spell shard. And if it doesn't work, I'll just cross it off, and I'll just start doing as much as I can, probably till I get tired enough. Probably do it for like an hour.
Which language do you speak when saying that?
I mean, I only know 3. Nope, 2. I'll just say it in common for now.
okay. You say most of the names and stuff that you can think of, like towns and cities, but Nothing seems to really open it. And it takes a little while, but you sort of get frustrated with it and sort of like, okay, maybe I need to think on this some more.
I'll sit back on a tree.
And roll me your perception check for the watch.
13.
13? Wow, you guys are doing great on the watch.
Yeah.
All right. There's a couple of times where you can hear something coming real close to where you guys are camped out. But each time it seems to pass by either without noticing or to like look and be like, I can find easier prey, things like that. It seems like you've got a little bit lucky with where you ended up tonight.
Yay.
But with that, the rest of the night passes without incident, and morning comes, and I'm gonna say you guys are probably awake just before the sun starts to rise, so it's still dark, but it's not as bad as waking up at like 10 o'clock at night like you did last time. Probably waking up at like 4 or 5 in the morning.
All right. Check on Brass. Status update.
She is alive. She is pale. You can see that she like the area around her wound, like she's not bleeding or anything anymore, but you can see the skin is sort of like blanched almost, like maybe she might be starting to get an infection or something. She's not awake. Once again, you could probably wake her up, but she seems to be starting to get like maybe a fever. And every once in a while you'll see her like move sort of in her sleep and sort of like groan.
You guys think we should wake her up?
Yeah. It's been long enough.
All right. I'll jostle her a little bit.
And sort of slowly she like groans and her eyes start coming open. She's like, what?
Hey there.
And you see as she goes to, basically the motion would be to put her hands across her eyes, but only the shoulder and the part of the arm that's not bitten off sort of moves. And she like, you can see her face, just like her half orcan skin just blanches really, really white. And she's just like,
Hey, just calm down. Yeah, we found you like this. We try, like, yeah, a lot of things have happened in the past couple days.
what happened?
Well, a couple things.
Do you remember the storm?
Mm-hmm.
And she sort of thinks for a minute, and then her eyes go up. She's like, yes, we got to shore. And she looks around and she says, Ollie, Gary, where are they?
I'm just gonna look down really awkwardly.
They are with us, sort of. I don't know about Gary, but Ollie definitely is, and
Gary's the other corpse.
yeah, we don't know that though, like, or do we?
Well,
I
Gary's
think-
the cook, right?
He was another deckhand,
Okay.
and I think you recognized him. He was in pieces, and you've mostly got like the biggest piece of him.
Yeah. So Gary didn't make it. We have his body, but yeah, we have Ollie as well. But there's still a chance that he could be raised, but we didn't. That's kind of up to you, really.
She's really, really silent for a moment. You get that she's not like Ollie. She's not a talker. She's very much like she thinks before she says anything. And her eyes like close, and you can see the one fish she has left. It's clenched really, really hard. And she says, "Tell me what happened, please."
We were we had gotten on the lifeboat. Nero heard some screams overnight. It was Ollie. Luckily, we were close enough to you guys. We went over to help investigate. We found Gary was dead. Ollie was almost. And we couldn't find you. And so we followed these tracks. It was a really large crocodile and some weird cobalt thing. And we just found you without an arm and lots of burns. And we took everything down. We took a week in finding the cave, but yeah, Ollie was very brave, and he helped us out a lot during that fight.
He did not want to leave without you. He refused to leave when it was his best opportunity to run for it with his life, and he refused to leave. He stayed and wanted to retrieve you from their grasp.
She takes that in for a minute, and you can see like her eyes are wet. She's not crying, but her eyes are really, really damp. And she just sort of shakes her head. She's like, "It's my stupid halfling." And she's like, "Brave has never been in his vocabulary. Stupid. That's always been there. So brave, he was stupid." And she's very upset. Like you can see there are tears sort of now starting to run down her face, and she takes her one good arm and sort of covers her eyes, and she's like, "You said he was here. Can I see him? Is he?"
He's
You're
extremely
you're laying on him.
Are they laying on each other?
Yeah, they're both on the disc, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but they're not like stacked. They're like, I would figure that at least like some pieces of cloth would cover the skeleton, right?
Yeah.
So
The disc ain't much room, just saying.
yeah, I would probably say that he's extremely disfigured, and I don't know if she wants to see that or remember him the way he was.
Might not understand. I have to see. I have to know.
Can you stand?
I can damn well try. And you'll see she'll sort of like go to put both of her arms behind her to push herself up, and then she realizes the ones. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So she looks like she begrudgingly accepts your help because once again she's a very independent woman, but she recognizes that in this situation she's got no choice. So she just sort of grabs on, and despite being weak and like physically weak right now, she's still got a real strong grip, and she is gripping, like white knuckled gripping as you let her up.
All right. And I'll kind of like help her off the disc so she doesn't have to lay beside the skeleton, sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
And tell her that she's got to be strong, and maybe like close her eyes for a second, and then maybe like look at Iggy, and Rel is still skinning the crocodile, I guess. To like kind of arrange the bones at least where it's not that horrible, sort of, kind of not that scrambled looking. I don't know.
He's mostly put together. It's just like you can see where flesh has melted off of his face and various parts in his chest and stuff like that. Like his clothes, especially in the front, are just mangled and almost non-existent.
Is there a part of his face like where a bit of flesh is like still on that, like where we can just turn the head to on the good side, sort of.
Yeah, the right side of his face is mostly intact. The left side, like the eyeball and everything, is gone. But the right side, it looks like it hit him a little bit more on the one side.
Okay. So I will probably motion to Iggy, like kind of make like motion to my face, kind of telling him, like, get him ready to at least be looked at.
Oh, I don't want to touch it.
Don't.
What?
All right. Well, maybe Rel can do it then.
Do what?
Oh, you were yelling at your dogs. That's why. I'm like, what did I do?
No, I said, what do you want me to do? Hello?
Yeah, I think she's off.
No,
She's okay.
I'm thinking like me. I'm thinking like I'm not gonna say, please place him the way where he doesn't look as bad as he does, because I'm holding the woman in my hand. So what am I gonna do? I'm just gonna look at Iggy and then I'm gonna look at Rel and I'm like, fucking talk about this quietly, please.
I don't want. Okay, I'll pull out my gloves. Just very gingerly just move the body and just like. Okay, I think that's good.
Fair enough then. And well, then you probably lift the cover and they
Yeah.
he'll turn around with Captain Brass.
You see Brass is like she's looking at him, but almost like she doesn't see him, like almost like she's seeing past him. And she closes her eyes and she sort of like pulls away from you a little bit, like she's gonna kneel down. She almost actually falls because she can't really brace herself, and her hand goes into the mud, her one good hand. And she just sort of like crawls a little bit closer to him and puts her hand on his chest, like irregardless of the mess that it is. She's like, stupid brave halfling. You should have left me. And she just like leans forward and gives him a kiss on the cheek that's a little bit less burned and melted away. And then she sort of makes to stand up, but is not super successful at it.
Yeah, I'll help her.
It's hard to move with one hand.
I'll cover him back up.
Apparently, there's still a chance that he might be raised. You know, at least that's what Rel said.
Yeah, I don't know if that's possible.
What makes you think it isn't?
Well, I don't know. I've never met anyone who can do that. I mean, unless you're thinking about necromancers, but that's a whole different thing, and that's not really cool.
You came from Valistar, didn't you?
Well, I mean, I don't know high priests or anything. I know it's possible, but I don't know anyone, and I doubt anyone in the Murkmire Bog is going to know how to do that.
No, that's why it's important that we get to the port with all due haste.
Iggy, you would probably know, at least in Phalistar, it is very uncommon that people are actually raised. It's not impossible, and it has happened, but there's not a whole lot of priests that are able to do it, and there's not a whole lot of people that can afford the process.
It's a lot. It's tolling both on the body and just for us. It's expensive.
And there's never any guarantee that it's going to work. That's the biggest thing that prevents people from doing it.
It's just a lot of risk. Honestly, I think it's just... I know it's bad, but I feel like we just let him be and just let him pass.
Fine then. That's what you want.
It's not what I want. It's all we have to do. It's our only option, really. It's a 1 in a million chance that we're going to find someone in a small swamp town that's going to be able to resurrect someone through the highest levels of magic. That's just, it's too small of a chance. And even then, it's not guaranteed.
Well,
But
what
there's
do
a
you want?
chance.
Sorry.
And there's a chance in the port.
Maybe, I don't know. Phalistar doesn't have much of that. I don't see why this city would.
What would you want to happen, Captain Brass?
I've heard of people coming back from the dead, but I've also heard that they don't come back the same. And if I can't have Ollie same as he always is, I'd rather just leave him at peace. I don't know. I've just it's been a few days, I think, for me, and I can't think right now.
I understand. Let's get moving and get into town. Do you wish to walk, or do you want to kind of hover on this desk? Be with him.
I'll walk beside it for now. I hate to say it. I don't know how long I can stay on my feet, but I'd like to move under my own power for a bit.
Just let me know when you need assistance.
Thanks. Nero, right?
Right.
You were from the boat. You all were from the boat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I'm glad you all got off safely. Sorry about that wreck. That storm shouldn't have happened. We had such perfect weather. I know things can change, but it was almost unnatural in the way it came.
Well, no reason to think back on it now. We just have to move forward.
Now, can we find like a quick way to the town? I forgot its name. Kavash. Kanastok. Yeah.
It's this way. I feel like we should just power through until we get there. We're close.
So,
And I'm gonna get up and kind of kick off a bit of mud from my boots.
Yep.
And now I don't have the movement speed penalty.
Nope.
And I'm gonna say it's gonna be nice to move at my full speed this time around.
Mm-hmm.
Why did you have the penalty?
Because I was at
Exhaustion.
a second level of exhaustion.
And now you have none?
Well, I have one. But
Oh,
it's
right.
only disadvantage to ability checks.
Okay.
So, are you guys keeping a watch? Are you stealthing? What you doing? How you getting through here?
No, I'm gonna be going ahead, being the eyes and ears of the party.
Okay. Roll me a perception.
16.
16. For the most part, you're not seeing too much go by. There's once again some wildlife here and there. You do probably about midway through the day, you see something sort of interesting, a little bit out of place. It looks like a figure is standing just a little bit north of where you guys are traveling.
Does the figure look like anything in particular? Or humanoid?
It looks humanoid. Looks big, but it's not moving.
Huh. Hey, Nero, come look at this.
What is it?
And I'll point it out.
It's a humanoid figure.
Yep. Humanoid figure, not moving.
Well, I'll approach it, and do I need to make like a perception or some sort of check? Like as I slowly approach it, I would go as close as to touch it and turn it around or something, but cautiously.
I would say, yeah, you can make a perception check.
Okay. Mm. Yeah, that's bad. That's gonna be 15.
15? It's not bad. You notice as you're coming up, one, it's very tall. It's actually like the figure standing is probably a good head taller than you. Very broad across the shoulders, and the closer you get, the more you see that this figure is made out of what looks to be like stone and iron.
All right. And would I be able to recall like from history or like things that I've heard something like humanoid stone creatures?
You didn't see too many of them in the place where you were at, but that didn't mean that there wasn't any. You believe that this is probably a warforged.
And it's not moving. And would I determine if it is like would I know that it is doesn't have a general alignment, like that they're individually aligned?
I would say roll an Arcana on that one.
Chill.
You don't know very much about Warforged at all. You saw them a couple of times, like fighting with you guys, but for the most part, they weren't sent over in your area, and you never really stopped and talked to any of them. You just mostly interacted with other people in your own sort of group.
So he's gonna turn around, look at Rilla, and he's gonna say, I believe this is how they called Warforged, the constructs, and it doesn't seem to be very much alive as much as that's possible for them. And he'll go and try to examine it, sort of.
Okay. I'd say roll me an investigation.
Oh, I'm bad at that. 7.
You're looking around it. It doesn't seem to be moving. It's like eyes aren't lit up or anything like that. You can guesstimate that it's inert. It's not functioning for whatever reason, but you have no idea why or how it got here or anything. You're just like, I don't know. This is mysterious. There's a Warforged just sitting here.
What are you guys looking at?
I don't know. Some sort of. I don't know. I guess I would know what a Warforged is.
Yep, you would see them, especially in the bigger cities. The only reason that Nero isn't as familiar with them is because he's not really from a big city.
Yeah, there's some sort of Warforged stuck in the mud over here.
What? He just runs over. And just like the disc just slowly moves really faster.
Slowly moves really fast.
Shut up. Just moves faster along with me behind me.
It accelerates.
Let me see.
I'm just gonna stop him for a moment before he gets there, and I say, and by the way, can you be any louder?
I mean, I think I could potentially, but let me see.
Just shut up. Don't want to track anything else. And I just let him go.
Oh, investigation. I want to see.
All right, good.
18.
Okay. This Warforged looks like it's been inert for a very long time. You can see that there is some damage, especially to the chests and to the sides. It looks like it was like physical damage, like something like was biting or hitting it in some way. There's no cats.
We found the culprit.
There's no cats anywhere in the vicinity.
Check.
There's no it doesn't seem to be any signs of like fire or anything like that. It seems like it was a lot of blunt damage. And you can see like this crack in the chest where it looks like the shard inside was damaged, its power source.
Oh no. So I'm assuming he's dead.
Do you have a shard that can be put in there?
Oh, this is a different shard. It's not so much like a power source.
Oh, well.
It's more like a book.
Oh, I don't know much about these things.
Do I know if these things can be restored at all?
They can be, but it takes a lot of magic. Think of it as an arcane raised dead rather than divine raised dead. Like that's sort of the level of power and money that would have to go into raising this thing. It also probably weighs a good 500 pounds.
Oh yeah, no.
And it is covered in vines and stuff too, so it's been here for a while.
Well, how did it end up here?
I don't know. Maybe he got lost. It's strange to see a warforged down here. Usually they're only in the big cities.
Never seen one.
They're cool. You know, I have a butler. He's a warforged. His name is Fredrickson. I call him Freddy.
You have a butler.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, he's more of just like a family friend is all.
I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, he's
Who am
just
I to
really
judge?
just he's fun. It's just he's very strict. Is all.
As long as you're happy.
Oh, give me a second. All right, hold on. And I'm gonna take 10 minutes and I'm just gonna cast detect magic, see if I can see anything.
Can we just take the thing home with us or something?
It's too heavy.
So does your disc fall when you do that, or is your disc okay?
That's
Is it concentration?
good question. I don't think it's concentration. No, it's not. It just lasts for an hour.
Okay, perfect.
Detect magic is concentration though.
Okay. So the only things that you see that glow are the candle that Rel still has and your little spell shard. There doesn't seem to be any glow left on the Warforged. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No, in that general area, you don't see anything else sort of glowing magically to your eyes.
Yeah. Nope, there's nothing. Alright. Let's keep going.
Okay. And if we're going off of the same perception, because I don't want to roll a whole bunch more, if you guys keep going in the direction that you're going, you'll come to a state of where there's actually quite a few dead trees. And it seems like the grass and even the vines and the moss and that have almost like withered and become colorless.
Can I make a nature check and like look at it and try to figure out why?
Sure.
I mean, not that I'm good at it, but I would probably be wondering why the environment changes like that. 7.
You have no idea what could have caused that. You're sitting there looking at it thinking, I don't know. Maybe the water's bad here? I don't know.
Yeah, but I would say out loud like, this is odd.
Well, you know what else is odd?
What?
You not walking, let's go. We have places to be, you know.
I'm so glad when we're done.
So are you walking into the copse of dead trees, or are you like skirting around it? What would you like to do?
I'm going around it.
Yeah, it'll probably take you an extra like hour and a half to go fully around it. It's actually a very big space, but you can do it.
Sure, follow the lady.
Let's do it.
All right.
You're just lucky I'm keeping slow for you guys.
You can dart ahead. I can see her from afar.
Okay. So most of the day passes, unless you guys have anything to talk about on your walk. The day will pass, and it'll be close to nightfall by the time you start seeing lights in the distance
Bark.
and hearing dogs. Surprisingly enough,
Oh my god!
puppies.
At the sight of freaking civilization, Iggy's just gonna start running. It's like, yay! Food!
Okay.
And the floating disc is just gonna follow behind it at the same speed.
Okay. Well, you seeing lights. That being said, it's still probably an hour's walk away.
He's still
But-
running. Albeit very slowly. Just 'cause-
3 levels of exhaustion.
He drops dead of a
He's-
heart
he's-
attack as he gets there.
Now I
Stops
can
for
die in
5
peace.
minutes. You guys catch up to him, and he's just still there. It's like, eh.
I clearly am bad at estimating distances.
It was a lot farther than I thought.
Okay.
I'll pick him up and I'll start walking with him in the disc.
All right.
I'll walk with Captain Brass and give her support because at this point I think she's struggling, especially having a fever.
Yeah. I would say probably sometime a couple hours before this, she probably would have laid back down on the disc and gone back to sleep. She's not having a good time right now. But as you guys start approaching the town, like there's lights and like torches and stuff out. It's not a wealthy enough city to have access to dragon shard lighting. But yeah, Canastock. It's a small town. It's pretty much as far into the swamp as most people are willing to go. And you can see that the buildings aren't necessarily in the greatest of repair, and there's large planks from building to building that help keep people out of the actual mire and the bog itself. So it's not going to keep people necessarily perfectly dry, but it helps. It does a lot to help, and most of the houses are raised a little bit out of the bog to keep from leaking in the bottom. But you can imagine that a lot of the basements and that of this would just be mud of these buildings.
So, once we get to these planks, I'm gonna put Iggy down on one of them. And I say, let's go find ourselves an inn, shall we?
Sounds like Iggy's like a tiny kid being carried on the back. Yeah, I would probably not go for an inn first. I would go and try to see if we can find some sort of herbalist or healer or some sort of person who can take care of Captain Brass's fever.
Okay.
Oh, which reminds me, we'll need to find potentially someone that is capable of raising the dead here. Or if they know someone who can.
So there's not a whole lot of people out at this moment in time. There is a sort of a young human man who seems to be doing something on the outside of one of the buildings. It looks like he's doing some minor repairs or something like that. He's got like a torchlight, and he's sort of cursing as he's sort of putting together like this plank of wood that seems to have like rotted or started to fall off.
Well, I would probably go up to him and ask like if he's the closest one to like get directions or help orientating.
Yeah, and if you caught his attention, he would turn and be like, "What the hell you want? Oh wow, you guys look like shit. Is that the dead body back there? Holy shit!"
So we have sick and injured, and we were wondering whether you could tell us and help us find a person capable of dealing with such sicknesses and circumstances.
He sort of sets his hammer down and like draws his arm across his nose and he's like, well, I don't got a whole lot here, but if you really want some help, I'd say Leo's your best bet. He's a herbalist. He tends to provide all the potions and things to the stock and trade.
That sounds like a good place to start. Where can we find Leo?
If you just follow this plank up north, and then you go past the second two planks, and then take a left, and then you take another right beyond that, and then there should be like this big like froofy flower looking thing on a board outside his house. And yeah. That tends to be where I go when I'm sick.
Thank you, good sir, and sorry for disturbing you at this time of night.
That's all right. It's always interesting to see what kind of things and people come out of the swamp.
Bet it is.
And he waves you off, and he's still sort of like, as he's picking up his hammer and start to hammer, he's still watching you guys over his shoulder, and you hear him all of a sudden go, "Ah, fuck," like he hit his hand. He was just not paying attention.
Welcome back, Alex. We just talked to a dude and asked for like a doctor basically, and there's a herbalist that we just got directions to.
Yes.
Which is where I would be headed to.
All right. So his directions are actually pretty good, and you managed to get there in pretty quick time. And there is like a very crude painting of what looks to be like a lily of some sort on the outside of his door, like tacked on a piece of wood and nailed to his door. So you got a pretty good guess at, yeah, this is definitely the herbalist.
We'll knock.
And it takes a minute. It's a little bit late, but not late enough that everybody'd be deep asleep. And the door sort of opens, and he's got a lantern in his hand, and it looks to be a human male. He's got sort of white hair, and it's sort of slicked back from his forehead, and he's got sort of like droopy eyes and bags under his eyes, and he sort of looks you all over and says, "Well, I reckon you guys better come in." He sort of opens the door. He's sort of taken an assessing look at you guys and said, "Oh shit, these guys are probably hurt. I'm probably gonna have to do some work."
Yep.
Yeah. So he opens his door and lets y'all in. So what can I help you travelers with tonight?
Well, this lady, Captain Brass, we got shipwrecked, and she got hit pretty bad by all kinds of creatures, and well, she lost an arm in the incident, and she's not looking well. So I think she needs attention, medical attention, like as soon as possible.
And he'll go over to her and start sort of unwrapping the bandages to sort of see what it looks like. And he's like, well, whoever did these bandages probably saved her life. This is not a pretty wound. And he starts wandering to his shelves and picking one thing up or another and sort of like wanders back. And you see him give her like a little tiny slap in the face, like just one of those like, get up, right? And her eyes sort of open. He's like, drink this. Be sensible enough, and starts basically doctoring her while you guys are sitting there. If you guys have anything else to say to him while he's doing that, he's cool with it.
No, I'll just sit down somewhere and lean back and wait.
Yeah.
Probably nap.
I'm gonna go leave and find an inn.
Okay. Do you ask for help finding an inn or anything, or do you just wander?
I would prefer to wander.
Okay.
I don't know if you're gonna talk, Alex, but well, Iggy's gonna look at potions and stuff that he's stored
Okay. Iggy, if you want to make me an investigation, and Rel, if you want to make me an investigation.
Disadvantage. I rolled 2 5s.
Wow.
So 8. It's gonna take me a while.
Even though it's a small town, for some reason, you just keep getting turned around on these planks, and it takes you a good couple of hours before you find the only inn in town. Yeah, there is a big sign out front. It is it is very noticeable that this is an inn.
Yeah, she would probably just mostly be distracted by like running across these planks.
Yeah. And for your dirty 20 investigation, you see that he's got a whole bunch of healing potions that seem to already be brewed and are packed into a box in one corner of the room. He seems to have some various things that you can probably guess are like anti-venoms or things like that. He's also got just a whole bunch of miscellaneous herbs. He's got a bunch of dried herbs hanging in the back, things like that. Oh, his name is Leo. His name is Leo Magdalene. It's like, what's your name, kid?
I guess we're strictly on a text basis now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that you've had a rough couple. Now, this woman needs this treatment, but I still need to make a living. It won't cost you much, but I am gonna need probably 25 silvers for this, just to cover the cost of my ingredients. I figured you guys looks like some of the mercenaries that come through here, beat up and fucked up, if you don't mind me saying.
Ignatius, a mercenary.
Well, you guys just came from the swamp. You guys are beat the fucking hell up, and I'm assuming this guy sees a lot of that in this town. This is actually a mercenary town. Okay. And he'll basically like he'll be every once in a while be telling Brass like, okay, you need to take 2 of these, yada yada, like just things like that. He's very, very patently like he's ignoring the dead body, like he is not dealing with it. And if you ask him, he says, I've no experience with that kind of thing. That is not my forte. So any of the dead bodies he's not dealing with. He's not surprised It's like I said, it's a mercenary town. He's seen dead bodies come in here before, but he's not dealing with it. And for Rel, you have found the only inn in town, and it is called the Croc's Tooth Tavern.
Huh. This isn't going to get old really fast at all. She's going to open the door to it.
And there's actually a few people milling about. Some of them definitely look like travelers. They've got like large, like, they've got like their big backpacks and things like that sort of sitting beside them. But then there's also, you can see a lot of locals. There are a lot of like really like rough and tumble looking people. Like they're pretty much everybody that you can see immediately has like scars on their face or like a weapon at their side. Like it's very, you might not know that this is specifically a mercenary town, but you're sort of getting the impression that there are a lot of mercenaries in town. And at the bar, there is a half-elven gentleman. He has a thick, gnarled scar across his left eye, and you can actually see that the eye itself is white. So whatever hit him or did something to him, it's definitely ruined his eyesight in that. And he's just quietly, like, he's cleaning stuff up. Every once in a while, he sort of looks up and is like, "Hey, settle down over there. I'm not cleaning up after your shit again."
Good. A lively bunch. And she'll go over to the half-elf. She's probably got a pretty torn up outfit. She's dirty and smelly, and even some of her metal pieces are like melted off or have like signs of rust on them just spontaneously from the acid. And her hair is just all bunched up in a mess.
He'll eye roll over the bar and be like, "Well, you're definitely not the prettiest one I've ever seen come through here. What you want?"
I need to secure rooms. How many rooms do you have available?
Let me just check. And he pulls out this thick ledger and sort of goes through it. And he's like, "Well, I got 3 rooms available right at the moment. One of them's in the basement, but the other 2 are both upstairs."
How much are the 2 rooms upstairs?
They are... Shit, I should have looked that up. I knew there was something I was forgetting. Let's just say they are 5 silver apiece.
All right. Easily done. And I'll put the 10 silver in front of them.
He takes it and looks it over just a second and nods and puts it in and marks something on his ledger. Then he turns around behind him and grabs 2 keys and passes them over. And the first one has a big 4 written on it, and the second one has a 7. And it's like, room 4 and 7.
Thank you very much. And how's the quality of food here?
Well, depends on what you order.
Of course, that would be the answer I would get. Well, I'll be back soon. And with a lot more company.
I hope your company smells a little better than you, lady.
Trust me, it doesn't get much better than this.
What the fuck?
Oh no, you definitely smell the worst.
I beg to differ.
By far, you smell the worst.
Yeah. It's been a really rough time so far. Kind of lucky to be alive.
Like, I haven't heard that before.
Why do I feel like we're not the first ones to get shipwrecked in the bog?
Yeah. That makes sense. Well, bye then. I just leave him to go get everyone else.
All right.
Nero fell asleep at the doctor's place, like waiting. Kind of like men do when their wives go like shoe shopping. They just sit there. Yeah, that's what he does.
Fixing Brass up is like shoe shopping.
Sort of.
No, Iggy will be paying close ass attention. Just be like, wow, herbalism. Taking notes in his spell book, but not as many as he normally would because he doesn't want to ruin all the space.
Yeah. No, and Leo, if you show interest, he'll sort of point out and say this is, this herb is for this and this herb is for that and stuff like that. Like he's gruff, but that's mostly because he was like getting ready for bed and you guys came in and he's like, oh, damn it. But he's a sort of healer's type thing, so he's used to it. But he's nice enough. He's a nice guy.
Yeah, we've had a rough couple days.
Well, if you came from the bog, it's basically all there is rough days.
We didn't even mean to go into the bog. It was freaking lightning struck our sail. And there was a big storm and we capsized. We're even lucky we made it to shore.
I think I saw some of that storm, at least some of the clouds. It didn't reach this far. Like we got some rain, but we always get rain.
It was a couple days ago.
Well, guess I'm glad you're alive. Don't really know you. No offense, man, but
It's all right. Question. Do you sell any of your potions?
I do, but Fizzbin would kill me if I started selling on my own again. I give them to Fizzbin to sell.
Fizzbin, who's that?
He's the little gnome who runs the Canna Stock and Trade.
Oh, so like a general store?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're mainly just here as like a general herbalist, not so much for trade?
Yeah. I don't do well with trading, and we get a lot of people coming in looking for potions and that, so I let Fizzbin take care of most of that.
All right. We'll check out the general store tomorrow morning then. Thank you so much. We're sorry to have woken you, if anything.
I'm used to being woken at all hours of the night. When you live in a town like this, you kind of have to be.
Is she gonna be okay?
She takes care of that wound. Should be. She needs to keep it dry. She needs to keep it out of the muck, though. She'll need some time to recover.
Oh. I think we'll just take a rest and then we'll see what we'll do tomorrow morning. It's been a long day. We all need some nice lodging.
Seems like your friend's already having a nap.
I don't know, she wanders off a lot. Oh, that friend. I'll get him once you're done here.
And as he's finishing up, Rel will come back with it. Much easier to find the herbalist than it was to find the inn for her. That's where it is now.
I'll open the door and I'll look into the room.
They're all still there.
Hi. Nero fell asleep. I'm gonna tickle his nose a little bit with my pencil. For being perceptive, he's a deep sleeper.
Oh, good.
To be fair, he's fucking exhausted, okay?
Is Is the captain staying here?
Well, that depends on Leo. Should she stay here for the night, or what do you suggest?
If y'all don't need her, I think I could keep a better eye on her. I want to watch this fever, make sure I can get it down. So I'd say she can stay here for at least the night. She might need to stay for 2.
All right, that's fine.
Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna give him 20 gold.
20 gold.
His eyes widen and he's like, "Miss, that is far more than my services are worth, and I think pretty highly of myself."
Yeah. Make sure she lives. And it'll be well worth the coin.
Are you sure you don't want to keep it?
Yeah. I'm very confident. And I'll kick Nero in the shin. Wake up!
In the shin? Ow!
I'm gonna point
What?
at Rel. Just like it was her.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm not surprised. Ow, that hurt.
And I'll give Nero the number 7 key. And I say, this is for the room, for the inn. You can sleep there. And you should be thankful I got you the upstairs floor.
Thanks, I guess.
Now,
He'll take the key and stand up.
you're going to be staying with Ignatius.
As long as it's got a bed, I'm not gonna complain. Are we done here?
Yeah.
I kind of asked the doctor.
Yeah, we're pretty much done.
All right.
Hey, Nero, guess what?
What is it?
We're roomies again.
You know that. I mean, as long as it's got 2 beds, I'm not concerned.
There are no
We're
beds now.
spooning.
Yeah, I'll just take the key and walk to the inn. Say goodbye to the doctor and kind of go outside, heading to where bed is, supposedly.
We'll be back in the morning.
All
Thank
right.
you, Leo.
Take care and thank y'all.
And I'll follow with them
All right.
and show them where to go.
As you guys reach the Croc's Tooth Inn, or Croc's Tooth Tavern, that's where we will end the session for today because it is getting late for me. But yeah, y'all did really good. You all survived. I'm super glad about that.
Civilization.
So close, though.
Yeah, that was super close. I was like, oh shit.
Rest in peace, Ollie.
Yeah.
Damn.
I wasn't expecting him to die.
Neither were we.
Actually,
He was doing some crazy shit.
Yeah. I rolled on him to see whether he'd run or if he'd stay. And he rolled to stay. I was like, damn.
Love knows no bounds.
Yeah. Well, especially this thing and just been talking about like eating her and shit like that. He hadn't seen her yet, but he was like, fuck this guy. And you guys had helped him and saved him. So, it was reasonable. Yeah.
So beautiful.